Chapter 904. Tiff was shocked to her core, staring at Wilbur in confusion. What was up with this guy? Was there something wrong with him? Or was he just a natural daredevil? No normal person would be able to continuously get like this. The emotional stress was already too much for most to take. There were millions on the line for just one single bet, which meant that Wilbur now had $10 million in chips. The person in charge began counting Wilbur's winnings, and a small mountain of chips was pushed back to Wilbur. The dealer gulped quietly and said, "Place your bets." The other gamblers at the table had stopped playing, turning to look at Wilbur. Everyone wanted to know what his next move was going to be. Tiff was beyond nervous as well. After all, this was her first time witnessing something like this. At the same time, there was a strange thought in Wilbur's mind. He had been winning since the day before. He had not used any powers to cheat. Not even once, but he just kept winning, which made him wonder if luck was also a type of skill. Would someone automatically become lucky once they had reached a certain level of cultivation? The more powerful you were, the better luck you had. Was that what was happening to Wilbur? If it was, how did it happen? Was it the laws of the planet, the universe, or something else? Just then, the dealer looked at Wilbur. "Would you like to place your bets, sir?" Wilbur smiled, reaching for his chips. Everyone grew nervous at once. Wilbur slowly pushed all his chips to bet on big once more. Next to him, a female customer had clutched her chest and began to heave. Despite the fact that she was not the one gambling, her heart could hardly endure watching a sight like this. Tiff's body had begun to tremble. If she were to win $10 million, she would get out of here at once and never come back. Tiff was staring to truly admire Wilbur. Not everyone had a mind and heart as calm as this. Even the dealer was nervous herself. She had seen big bets before, but several $100,000 was usually the limit. This kind of repetitive all-in betting on the same thing was something she had honestly never seen before. The dealer took a deep breath. Honestly, her nerves made her look a little unprofessional at this point. Just as she was about to shake the dice, a voice called out, "Hang on." Everyone looked over to see two men standing next to the table with a beautiful woman hanging on their arms. "Look at that. The little uncultured bastard's won quite some money, hasn't he?" A man wearing a floral shirt raised his eyebrows at the sight of Wilbur's chips. Wilbur looked up and shook his head at the sight. What cursed fate he had to bump into the two cocky men from before. "What's with that attitude? Do you think you're a big shot?" the other guy shouted. Wilbur smiled, looking at both men. "I just don't know why you two seem to think you're all that great, actually. Are you fucking looking down on us with that little bit of money?" the guy in the floral shirt asked, chucking all $2 million of the chips he was holding down to bet on a smaller number. The other guy refused to back down either, dumping chips worth about $1 million to bet on a small two. "I'm not scared of you," he said menacingly. Wilbur smiled, looking at the dealer. "Can we start now?" "All bets confirmed," the dealer shouted, then began to shake the dice. A few seconds later, she put down the jar. Everyone's hearts were in their throats now, and all eyes were on this bet. It seemed like it was not just about money now, and something bad was going to happen regardless of who won or lost.